This is something I've been trying to do for fucking a dog's age, dude. I've been trying to find like these tier things for so goddamn long, and I could never do it for like the longest time because I never knew like where to go, how to search it, this and that. And I know this layout looks atrocious, and I have to use XSplit to do this, and it is fucking annoying as all goddamn hell. So just bear with me on it. I never truly understood how these worked for the longest of damn times. But I figured, like, you know, I'm going to do something, like, very, like, quick, easy, short, sweet, to the point. This is just, like, my personal opinions on, like, all the goddamn Pokeballs in existence. And I found one that like, apparently even includes, like, the Legend Arceus ones. And yes, I still say Arceus. I am a child. Yeah, I remember there being, like, this big talk and whatnot about the quick ball and everything, blah, blah, blah. Like, we all know about that. Like, I personally don't give a shit. I don't think of it that way. Like, if it works, it works. Bottom line, boom. The ones I did want to cover are like the weird fucking subcategorized, like, you know, not the heavy ball. It's so weird. The leaden ball or something like that. The wing ball, jet ball. I can't even remember half of these. The feather ball, wing ball, jet ball. And I think one of them was like the gigaton ball. I don't even remember some of the names of these because they're just so like very obscure. But as far as, like, non-applicable, I think we can all agree, like, yeah, the GS ball can definitely go at not applicable. It's just, you know, it's a fucking, it's like a loss, like, anime series exclusive. Like, it never came back, the whole nine with that. I don't even know what in God's green earth this one is. So only because I don't know what it is, I'm going to put it there. Let me just start off with, like, the easy ones for myself. Like, I actually like the level ball. The level ball was pretty damn good because, you know, it's essentially a nest ball, but it was a Johto. It was a Johto Kurt ball. And anything Kurt made was fucking really actually good. It was just depending on how you used it too. So I'm going to put the level ball there as well as the nest ball. Because to me, it's function too, and like practicality. And like these Johto balls, obviously Gen 2 debuted. So, I mean, they were an interesting twist on like the traditional Pokeball, Great Ball, Ultra Ball. And only in Gen 2 did these come out. And they were like super exclusive because you had to give Kurt an apricorn and like come back after a full 24-hour in-game time and he'll have made it for you. And I think that was a really interesting mechanic. You know, it's the same thing with like the Love Ball. The Love Ball was okay to me because all that does is just, I believe it makes it easier to catch a Pokemon of the like if you send out like a male Luxray and you're trying to catch like a female only Pokemon like Jinx, that would be perfect. That would be perfect. Oh, did you just assume the gender of that Jinx? Yes, I did. Because Pokelogic, not me. I don't make the rules. I just go with it and read the symbols. Repeat Ball. Repeat Ball I actually like quite a bit because it's so practical to use because you can save a lot of time if you want to catch like a bunch of like if your favorite Pokemon is like, I don't know, Cryogonal or some shit, right? If you love the shit out of Cryogonal and you just want to catch a shit ton of them, yeah, repeat Ball is the best way to go. You know, when I was a kid, my favorite Pokemon like Gen 3 was like Tropius, and I would catch like a shit ton of Tropius because, well, fucking Brontosaurus that flies with bananas, it's cool. With the Repeat Ball, it was debuted in Generation 4. So I believe it was kind of interesting. It was an interesting mechanical twist because Gen 4 kind of like amplified the Gen 2 editions like tenfold. I actually like the Repeat Ball. I like it because it just, to me, it works, but it's not too ridiculous in the sense where, you know, it's overpowered as shit. It's really not. It's pretty much a disposable ball, in my opinion. Like, yeah, it's great for certain things, but as far as practical usage, it's not that good. So I'm actually going to put this in C because, well, I changed my mind a lot. The Moon Ball for me wasn't that good, only because its only primary function was just it works really good on Pokemon that evolve with the Moonstone, and throughout the generations, there's not that many. I feel like that evolution typing is very slept on because you obviously have Clefairy. I don't think Jigglypuff is one of them, but yeah, Moonstone shit like the Nidorina. Okay, that works great. The design is totally cool too. I do like the split, like half and half zigzag style here. That to me is cool. It's a cool ball. It looks good, but for me personally, when I was playing, it wasn't that efficient. I didn't get much use out of it, and I think most of the games I play, aside from like hacking in like infinite count, you don't see a lot of them. You don't always get to use it too well. It's not a very practical ball to me. I didn't see the great use of it to an extent, and it didn't do a lot for me. It really didn't do that much. Luxury ball I love. Always loved luxury balls. They were just, it was just one of those things to where it not only looked good, like again, this was a Gen 4 debut ball. Like, it not only looked good, but it has the exact catch rate of a regular standard Pokeball. There's no pluses and bonuses. The only thing is, it makes the Pokemon caught in the ball a lot more friendly. It becomes very, very friendly very quickly. So that would work great with like an Eevee. Okay, if you catch an Eevee in a Lux Ball, and you want to evolve it to like an Umbreon at night, and you battle it, whatever, it's like a built-in Soothe Bell. The Luxury Ball is like a built-in Soothe Bell too. And I don't know if those mechanics stack. Like if you catch, like say if you catch a Golbat and you want to evolve into a Crobat very quickly. I won't even consider like the Eevee line because night and day. If you catch a Golbat and you want to evolve it into a Crobat through friendship very quickly, well, does a Soothe Bell stack on the Luxury Ball? I don't know. But I do love the Luxury Ball a lot. I think it's really interesting in design. I do think it's a true luxury-esque style because, it's definitely something you'd see in like, a 5-star restaurant. It has that pizzazz to it. It has that style to it to where, yeah, it definitely looks like it's in fucking Bill Gates' cabinet of like pretty things. You know what I mean? I think they did a really excellent job with that. And to me, when I was using it, I just liked using it. Like, that debuted in Gen 3, so you had Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, and it looked cool. Like, when you threw it, it like sparkles and everything when it would capture the Pokemon. And even when it would break out, it would still kind of have it, but not to the, like, flashy degree. And it looked very freaking weird earlier on. Like, the sprite animation for the Luxury Ball was very fucking strange. Like, the center ball almost looked like a star. It was really weird. But I liked it because it was flashy. It was, like, the only ball that was, like, you send out, I don't know, you send out your Sceptile, and he comes out, and he's like, fabulous. Look at my Leaf Blade. It was kind of cool. It really was an interesting design, both, in the game and its functionality. I enjoyed using the Luxury Ball. I really did. And usually what I would do is, like, my favorite Pokemon that I would try and catch, like Tropius, Cryogonal, Galvantula, some of my favorite Pokemon ever, I would always try to put them in a Luxury Ball because, well, it's kind of like a psychological thing. Like, my favorite Pokemon will always usually go in a Luxury Ball. That's just my opinion and thinking. Timer Ball was great. Practical use-wise, I got a lot of use out of a Timer Ball because it was so efficient in, like, the old days where, like, it was a Gen 4 debut ball. So, like, if you're battling, I don't know, Uxie, Azelf, if you're like Mean Look Mesprit or something and you can tank it and wait it out. Timer balls were excellent if you were in a prolonged battle, even without legendary consideration. If you're in a prolonged battle with something and you just, I don't know, for whatever reason you really, really want it, and you knew it was going to be a long battle, you knew it was going to be very drawn out and bullshitty, and you were like, oh fuck, well, I may have only brought 30 Pokeballs, I only maybe have 16 Great Balls, yada yada yada. The Timer Ball would be a clutch ball to play because of the fact that it increases the catch rate the more the turns pass. That, to me, as a function, is incredible. And I did end up succeeding with the Timer Ball quite a few times in the games I've played. Like, I think I caught like a Registeel in one, and Registeel kind of looks cool in that ball, without considering... No, not even. Dude, fucking Registeel would look sick in a Timer Ball, and I don't know if anybody has pointed that out yet, because his eyes are red and is on his hands, and obviously the gray and, like, graphite black. Dude, that's a great ball for a Registeel. That's a great ball for a Registeel, because I know a lot of people like matching the color scheme to the ball, from the Pokemon to the ball. That's a fucking perfect Registeel ball. And I don't even know if anybody's drawn that conclusion yet until I just did, but that's fucking cool. Back to the Johto balls, like, I think the Heavy Ball was great, too. The Heavy Ball I loved for specific Pokemon. Like, I believe I caught the like shiny red Gyarados in Heart Gold, I think it was, or Soul Silver. Yeah, I was in Soul Silver because I named it Red Burst. Like I nicknamed all my Pokemon different things, and then for whatever reason I got that like Tardo mind to it where I remember who's who. Like I even caught a Malamar in Shield, and I named it Ramalam, which is literally just Malamar spelled backwards, and I thought it was fucking hilarious. But the Heavy Ball was great because obviously it works on heavier Pokemon, Groudon, Snorlax, Wailmer, but I used it on the Gyarados because the Gyarados is well heavy as hell, and it was cool. Like I will always remember the first Pokemon I ever caught in the games ever was the shiny the red Gyarados in a Heavy Ball. In a Heavy Ball, and like I played the original Gold, Silver, and Crystal, but I don't even think I understood that at the time. Like, oh yeah, the apricorns become balls and through Kurt and yada yada azalea time. I don't even think I understood that at the time because I was like probably like fucking I don't know 9-10. So the Heavy Ball later on became like a clutch thing, but it was very specific. So practical use, it wasn't there, but when I did use it, it worked, and that's why I put it. I'm actually gonna put that up an A. I'm not gonna be Heavy Ball fanboy too much with that. That has very, very good use for me when I would play and whatnot. Dive Ball was another one of those Gen 3 debut balls that actually was phenomenal. It was actually phenomenal to me because it was like it was still like, you know, you were diving underwater and you had like the real logic to kind of think come in and be like, oh, how does he breathe under there? Okay. It was a Game Boy Advance stage. Nobody really thought about it that much. It was kind of like if you did, it's kind of just kind of funny. But the dive ball was amazing because, well, dive underwater. It's super efficient against Pokemon that live underwater. Later on, I think they just implemented it as to like water types or Pokemon you encounter through using means of like surf or water transportation, or just basic water types in general. I don't know if they truly like put the inner mechanic to where all water types just in general or not, but the dive ball was spectacular. The dive ball was definitely spectacular, and honestly I did a lot of successful catchings with the dive ball, but I'm definitely going to put it up an A because, well, Luxad just has a special place to me. It's a truly great ball, and the dive ball just looks good, dude. That's the thing, dude. The dive ball has a really good look, and I believe that's the Gen 3 or 4 artwork and whatnot. Some of these aren't up to date, like art style wise, but it doesn't even matter. Like, you know what they are. They don't have to look fucking pristine and up to date concept wise and art style wise if you don't know what they are. That's why I chose this template too. The Beast Ball to me was fucking weird. I'm not even gonna lie. The Beast Ball to me was weird. The only Pokemon I had ever caught in a Beast Ball outside of the Ultra Beast was like a Snom in Pokemon Shield, and I just wanted to be like, alright, because I know it's like a stupid low catch rate for anything other than an Ultra Beast. So I wanted to be like, alright, well, let me throw a Beast Ball at this Snom, because I'm like, well, if it catches, great, I'll be shocked to hell. And it'd be kind of like a bragging right in a sense, too. Like, it is the worst ball to throw at anything aside from an Ultra Beast, so you kind of have, like, the takeaway from that is, alright, if you catch literally anything but an Ultra Beast in one of these things, it's just straight up bragging rights. And for practicality uses, it was so exclusive, and it's just so obscure, but the design of it is fucking amazing. I do love the fucking design. But as far as a lot of other things go, it's going to go in a solid B. For me, it's a solid B. But I do like it more than the Love Ball just because, well, the pink is a little much. But the Beast Ball, and I like how it's like a fucking like 4-pronged claw. Like a 4-pronged fucking claw, like around the ball, like to indicate like it's a beast, you know, fucking Wolverine's fucking grabbing it and some shit. And like the little like design here is kind of like a systematic like catching net in a way, like fucking Destro from G.I. Joe when he's capturing the Joes with the little like magnet net coming out of the Washington Monument. Like, that's cool to me. That's just a really out of the box design, but it works. It's not over the top design wise. It's not like too much. And yeah, the Beast Ball is fucking cool. The Beast Ball is an all around solid ball. The netball, design-wise, is great. I think we can all agree on that. The netball was just weird to me. It also debuted in Gen 3, so it increases the catch rate of, was it bug and water types? So, okay, I do feel like water gets, like, a lot of heavy support catch-wise. because you have the dive ball, the freaking heavy ball for like Whalmer and shit. But like between the dive ball and the net ball, yeah, netball I had a lot of fun with because like I catch like masquerades in a Gen 3. I think sometimes you could even substitute a dive ball underwater and do a solid capture like on a clam pearl. Like you can it's just bug and water. So it's definitely very complimentary to the dive ball, I think, especially in Gen 3, where it's just they're both there. You can either use them or not, but it's not really that big of a deal. Whichever one you pick over the other. And that's what I like. They were both complementary to each other, but it wasn't like one is overriding the other too much. Like there's not a big difference, but I think they both go together well. Premier Ball I liked a lot because Premier Ball was just cool. I mean, I really can't say anything else about the Premier Ball except it was just solid, really fucking cool. And the way you would get it, too. Practicality use is just a Pokeball in it, but it just looks like inverted. It's like the shiny Pokeball, okay? The way you would obtain it was interesting to me, like really freaking interesting. Also debuted in Generation 3, freaking, I think if you bought 10 or more Pokeballs, like every 10 Pokeballs, the store would give you one Premier Balls on the house. And I'm not sure if I'm getting this confused with another game or not. But Premier Ball was interesting. And in the description of it, it says, a somewhat rare Pokeball seems to commemorate an event of some sort. That to me was cool too. You know, you kind of get like a teeny bit of like lore behind it. So honestly, I'm gonna go with an S for that because the Premier Ball is just really, really cool. And it's just a reverse Pokeball to me. Like it doesn't have any catch bonuses. There's no perks to it. It looks cool, and you know I feel like a lot of normal types would look good in a Premier Ball or freaking Delibird. Delibird would that's definitely a Delibird ball in a way. Yeah, I mean aside from a Pokeball obviously, but yeah, Delibird would look good in that. I don't know if there's too many white on red Mons, but that does look solid to me. Heal Ball. Heal Ball, I think a lot of people aren't too much of a fan of the Heal Ball, but Heal Ball to me was great for a specific amount of reasons. For one, it debuted in Generation 4, and it was super early to get. It was like 300 Pokédollars. Okay, not terrible. You could find them a lot through item pickups and shit. There was one game in particular, and I'm trying to remember which one it was, that the Heal Ball was like godlike. And I want to say it was Legends Arceus because the way you heal in that game is like very bare bones, like you know where to gotta go. It's a lot more tedious than the other games. So the Heal Ball for me was like phenomenal because I'm obviously not gonna fucking go up and heal everything I catch. And I don't want to burn my my potions, my revives, and not revive, but my potions, my citrus berries, the revival herbs, not revival herbs. I'm on that trip again. Fucking, I don't want to burn my healing items if I don't have to. So in like Legends Arceus, for example, you have to craft everything. The Heal Ball for me was perfect because it's like a free heal. It's like a free Poke Center heal. It's like a Poke Center at a ball. I mean, that to me was just it was so practical to use, and it worked. And it does have a good design as far as the concept of what it does. I probably wouldn't have wanted to see like the blue in here. I think that's a bit much, and I think if they did that design and put it there, that would be a little bit better. But I'm not going to be super critiquey about it. Dusk Ball was great. Dusk Ball, I had a lot of fun with the Dusk Balls, but honestly, they're just so specific. I think I kind of jump on board with the majority of people. Like, I'm not a super big fan of Dusk Ball, but I'm also not very against the Dusk Ball. So I'm definitely going to put it in the C. Friend Ball. I always loved the Friend Balls because, like, when Gen 2 was around, there were a lot of... It introduced the evolutionary line through friendship, and the Friend Ball was totally appropriate for the time. And it just worked. It's basically like the luxury ball. You know, Pokemon caught in this Pokeball grow friendly more quickly. And as somebody who, like, I always had this, like, obsession in, like, Gen 4 where I would go to the Mr. Footprint's house, the guy who would give you the footprint ribbon for, like, maxed out friendship with Pokemon. I'd even have a box in OG Gen 4 to where, like, I would put friendly. And I would make, like, this little thing with myself to where I would want all my Pokemon to have the footprint ribbon because, well, I love Pokemon. I want them to love me. You know, that was probably, like, a kid. So So, and I definitely like the friendship mechanic to evolve things. I'm a big fan of that. I always was. So I'm definitely gonna put it in S because it's a perfect working ball. Everything about it just works. It's straightforward to the point. You know what it does, and that's huge to me. That is huge to me. That's something that is just a good, solid idea. Um, quick. Cherish Ball to me is like a nothing. To me, it's like I could do without it because I had so many problems transferring over Pokemon that were in a Cherish Ball from like Gen 5 that I honestly don't have a good history with Cherish Ball. I love the fucking design though. It's like kind of fleshy and like horror-ish, gory themed. Like it kind of looks like somebody took. It kind of looks like fucking Raticate took like a bite out of each side. Like that to me, the design is fantastic, but I'm not a fan of it overall because it's so. It's strictly an event ball. It's strictly an event ball, and even if you like hack it into like certain games, like if you hack it into I think Gen 5, and you catch something in it, it will not transfer. And it is the weirdest thing, but Nintendo just somehow detects some like funkiness with it, and nope, cannot be transferred. So I'm gonna put that in D. Honestly, I think the only thing helping it out is it's apparently super fucking badass design. But for me personally, I had literally no. It was a throwaway ball to me. It was a throwaway ball because I couldn't do anything with the Pokemon that I caught in it. I couldn't trade it. I couldn't migrate it up anywhere. It's like a landlocked ball to me. It's like a gen lock. Like I had a Torkoal on one, and the poor thing could never be moved. So that's why I put that in D because no, fuck that ball in a way in a few different ways. That one is the Nest Ball. Yeah, Nest Ball, fantastic. Nest Ball's fantastic. Nest Ball to me was great because it helps you catch Pokemon at a lower level than your own, the first in your party. Though that to me is great, but we also had the Level Ball for that. The Nest Ball debuted in Gen 3. Obviously, the Kurt Balls weren't in Gen 3, so yeah, I think it was a really solid thing to do. I was always a big fan of the Gen 2 and 3 Pokeballs to begin with. But yeah, I actually did enjoy the Nest Ball quite a bit. It helped me out a lot. But it was easy to get. It was like $1,000 in Gen 3. The practical use was, you just knew. Like, it was straightforward to the point. It was not a bad ball, but I'm going to put it in B because, well, it wasn't fantastic. It wasn't great. It was good, but it wasn't crap. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to put that in B. Great Ball is Great Ball. I really don't have any opinions on the Great Ball because it's such a mid ball. It literally is it exists to be a middle ball. I'm just going to throw it in C because, no, I can't even really think of like a good story with the Great Ball. I think I may have caught like one legendary in a Great Ball just by sheer luck chance way back in the day, but I can't remember who it was. It's just a Great Ball. It's just a Great Ball. That's it. Nothing else needs to be said. I guess you could put these things in the same. Like, I don't really acknowledge the Legends Arceus balls. Like, I really don't. Especially the ones that are just like carbon copy different from like the Pokeball and shit. Like, so these I'm just gonna put in here because there's really, to me, those don't really count for shit. Because alright, everybody knows what they are. The fastball. I think that's the fastball was great because it works against, I believe, Pokemon that are quick to flee or have a high speed stat or something like that. Dude, the fastball was legendary because in Gen 2 Kurt Ball, when you were floating around the map and you were chasing down Entei, Raikou, and Suicune, okay? That thing was great with Raikou. And I don't know why. I think I caught it in one just like randomly, like, woo! But that is perfect for fucking Raikou because of its, it's what it does. It's either, somebody can correct me, it's either high speed stat or quick to flee. So, I mean, fucking Raikou. It just worked. I thought that was incredible, just, just as a, like, anti-mean, like, it's a complimentary to, like, Mean Look and Arena Trap, Spider Web, shit like that. Like, that's a great ball to me. Ironic. Ultra Ball is nothing spectacular. but it's a solid mid, like decent enough ball to where like, all right, you know what it does, blah blah blah. It's been around since like Gen 1, so I'm gonna give it a little bit of an okay boost just because for the longest, for like straight up Gen 1, it was the best ball to get that was practical, and I think it was like 1,200 Poké for like the longest time. So you know what? I'm gonna put it in C. I'm not a fan, but I'm also not a shit talker about it. Obviously, Pokeball is iconic. There's just literally nothing better. I don't even have to explain the Pokeball for everybody to just collectively agree on a heck of a lot. Dream Ball was great, but the Dream Ball for me was similar to the Cherish Ball because I did a lot of fucking around in like Gen 4, Gen 5. No, it wasn't in Gen 4, but like Gen 5 and on. It didn't. It was only exclusive to in Gen 5 through the Dream Park, which is awesome. The design is great, but you can't buy it. There's no real practical use outside the Dream Park. And it's just anything that I would trade up or migrate, it wouldn't work. But I can't be too sure about that in the way, but I'm still just going to throw it in D. I'm not a fan of the Dream Ball overall, but I do appreciate where it came from and what it represented at the time. And I believe that is the Park Ball. Yeah, that's the Park Ball. That was in... Oh, God. Park Ball. Because I know the Sport Ball was Heart Gold Soul Silver's bug catching contest. I had a fucking shit ton of fun with that, and it does stay in that ball. I have a Beedrill floating around in one of my games that it still has it. Like, it does stay in the ball. I will confirm that. Like, anything caught in at the bug catching contest, which I fucking love, so I'm going to put that right up here, dude. I have so many fond memories of the bug catching contest as a kid. Even when I was a teenager, I always made sure I was there. I would write down the freaking day and the hour and shit, and if I missed it, I would just switch around the time. I loved the bug catching contest. That, to me, was probably my favorite thing about Gen 2. My favorite thing about Gen 2. And one of my top favorite things about the Gen 2 remake, aside from the Pokemon following you behind, that was incredible to me. I loved the bug catching contest, and I loved the Sport Ball equally. I'm just going to collect... I'm just going to do like one of these each because these are just, you know, to me, just too, it's getting too clunky. The Gigaton Ball was great. I had a lot of fun with the Gigaton Ball in PLA. That was fucking fun. It's basically like you sneak up on it and it's so goddamn heavy. Like I think I tried it on on a Bliss, the Alpha Blissey one day, and I'm like, he's throwing it like, you know, fucking, you know, autism at the ballpark. It's like, you know, it's just funny shit to me. Like, you just throwing shit around and, like, you're thinking, oh, you know, and I love the mechanic where it's, like, third-person view and you can, like, actually aim and whatnot with the Pokeball and shit. But it was literally just, like, you know, where the fuck is it? Like, he literally fucking throws it and you're thinking, oh, my character's gonna hum it. No, it's like, you know, it's stupid, it's funny, but it makes sense. It totally fucking makes sense. Considering the game it was in. That I don't even know the name of this ball, but I know it's traded or migrated ball in Legends Arceus. I don't even care about that. Same thing with the fucking Primal Ball. I could give two fucking shits less about the Primal Ball. Because to me, it was kind of a lame duck idea, these two right here. To me, that was just a lame duck idea. Like, you didn't have to go that far. The Jet Ball, this whole line is insane. Because in Legends Arceus, you're like, if you're trying to just randomly throw shit and get that box bonus, like for the cash and whatnot, these things are the best fucking help we have ever seen in a certain way because of the mechanic system in Legends Arceus. So just so it looks a little bit better, I'm just gonna clunk them all together because honestly, there's really no other way to kind of do it. I mean, these things I could honestly just do without. You know, it's the same fucking concept. It's just, you know, they don't get thrown as far. Okay, not a big deal, but they are great for the game that they were in. That is definitely the Park Ball, but I'm trying to remember where it was from. I don't exactly remember. I don't know. I don't think it was in the Pal Park. Oh no, the Friend Safari. I think it was the Pal Park. Yeah, this was the Pal Park Ball. Hit or miss, I could do without it. But the design is fantastic. I do love that, like, citrusy kind of glow shades to it. I think, like, I'll give it a solid C because the design is really fucking cool. The Master Ball, I don't even fucking, no. I don't fuck with the Master Ball. I really don't even like using them. The Quick Ball, I'm going to let other people just have the debate about the Quick Ball. Like, I think it's great. I don't think it's fucking broken. I even made, like, a clip about it on my channel. It's like, yeah, it's not fucking broken. Like, the fact that I threw it at a fucking Charcadet first turn and it escaped, like, immediately, no. But it does have the possibility to not work the way it says, but it's just, honestly, no. I'm just not a fan of it, but I am at the same time. And that's also like debuted in Gen 4. It was like 1,000 poke. I think you could only get it in like Sunny Shore City at the time. But for Gen 4, that was great. That was great. The Safari Ball, you get that in the Safari Zone and the Pastoria Great Marsh. That I like. I love the design. I love exclusiveness. But and anything you catch in that ball does stay. Like, you can bring, I think I have a Weezing in, like, my Shield version that is actually in this ball. And I think that's really, really fucking cool, to be totally honest. I do love the Safari Ball. Always did. And then the Lure Ball, it's for anything that was caught through fishing. So, automatic freaking love Johto Ball. Like, the Lure Ball was just great. The Lure Ball was actually really good for the time because fishing was totally, like, only 2 gens in at the time. And then, obviously, in Gen 1, we obviously only had Pokeball, Great Ball, Ultra, and then, well, the one Master Ball. But the Lure Ball came around at the perfect time, with the perfect schematics, and the whole 9. And even to this day, like, the Lure Ball just works. It's very specific, the design's great, but it freaking does the job. And that's why I love the Lure Ball. So, yeah, it's a pretty solid list, I think, as far as, like, you know, fucking geometry, I guess. But yeah, this was, like I said, this was something I've been wanting to do for so fucking long. I see, like, so many people doing this shit, and I'm like, why can't I do it? I can't find the website. And then I just look it up, and I'm like, alright, well, it was that easy the whole fucking time. So, yeah, to be honest, this was really fucking fun to do. Quick little fucking 30-something minute time kill, and this, like, I like doing this. And now that I actually know where the fuck to go, I'm definitely gonna do this more often. So, let me know in the comments what you guys think. I mean, is there anything, like, something you would put differently? Tell me some stories about, you know, when you guys were playing. Like, oh, I remember the time where I caught, I don't know, fucking Groudon on a heavy ball. Or, you know, I got lucky with Kyogre and caught on a die ball. Like, shit like that would be cool. Shit like that would be really cool, honestly. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. And definitely tune in next time when I actually do one of these again. Because I think I'm going to start doing these because I like them. So, peace out, guys.